by the boys from Rabobank in orange.
Yep, Roland just strung him out a little bit too much there and thought we're gone away a bit too heavy, a bit too early here. And there's throttled back. Eisel sits on the front, the Austrian rider, voted Austrian Rider of the Year last year. Not that there's a massive amount of choice.
But the Austrian champion is in this race, Holler.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good move. Eisel's recognised that yesterday was a very chaotic sprint, so it's a good opportunity to kind of grab the front of the race, keep Mark Cavendish out of trouble, because in this kind of 4-lane highway, we're into a slight headwind at the moment. That's why you're seeing a bit of the bunching. But as soon as we go down this top roundabout, it's important to get as close to the front as possible, because it's going to be a fast kind of tailwind finish, as we see Jack Bauer over on the left-hand side, looking to see where Tyler Ferrara is as the Katusha boys come to the front.
Yes, Gulimzinov, one of the stronger sprinters here, really challenging at the top level of sprinting now, who hasn't got anything out of this whatsoever yet. Oh, they're all pushing hard now. Look at the speed that they're up at now. They are fair motoring along, and there's some heavy breathing going on at the front, one would say. Good to see Beppu. Beppu's been in great shape, actually, through this Tour of Qatar. Right up at the front again.
Yeah, starting to see Radio Shack coming through now with Jaroslav Popovic on the front for this merger of the team between Leopard and Radio Shack. So first time I've really seen Popovic getting involved. And he goes.
Yeah, he's been a reliable rider in this sort of setup in its various guises over the years, hasn't he?
Just looking down there, it looks as if we've seen Thor Hushoff up near the front now for BMC. BMC putting about 3-4 riders up towards the front as we go round this roundabout now.
Yep, this is Robert Wagner, the German road race champion, leading them around. It's always a bit of a dodgy thing to put Wagner on the front coming into a roundabout, if you remember. Vuelta, I think it was, where he went the wrong way. One of the Bridgestone anchor boys being left behind. And now the BMC line begins to get together.
Well, how would you feel as Adam Blythe sitting in 4th place at the moment behind Thor Hushoff, just looking round to see what's happening, but Thor Hushoff looking after Adam Blythe and the BMC with the kind of fluorescent yellow sunglasses on.
Lotto bringing the men towards the front again. Hansen is the man they'll be looking for. Bonan has to keep out of trouble. He's got 34 seconds of an advantage over Fletcher in 3rd spot, 31 I think for 2nd spot. He's just not really got a huge amount to worry about as long as he keeps himself out of trouble. This is the main thing at the moment. Back on the front again goes Dominic Roland. Pulls off. Very, very strong, the French Canadian. It's not super scrappy at the moment, but it is quick. It's wide enough not to be super scrappy.
Yeah, there's 2 lead-outs going on at the moment. The one on the left for Lotto is for Greg Henderson, and a few other teams getting in the mix. On the right-hand side, it's a mixture of teams, predominantly, I think, the fluorescent jerseys of Farnese Vini. So, and then we're trying to get another one coming through the middle, but they all come back together, and the lead-out on the left-hand side wins, with Rabobank now at the front. But just look behind in the fluorescent yellow. There's the 4th rider, he's just shouting at the moment. 4th rider is Gardini, trying to give handling, which is very, very dangerous at the moment. Don't take your hands off the bars, but Gardini is on the left-hand side, the 4th rider of this Farnese Vini team. Just getting pushed out into the wind now, so...
wrong place to be.
Yeah.
Wrong place to be. Bang goes Paolo De Negri. He's had enough now.
Well, it's Graham Brown at the front, and he's looking after Mark Renshaw. He's sitting in about 5th place at the moment, just in the orange jersey.
Peels off. Renshaw is 1, 2, 3, 4 back at the moment. Where is the world champions jersey? He's not in the world champions jersey. The sprints jersey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 back. Nearly. Whoa! Just having to dodge a few wheels. Mark Cavendish about 10 back at the moment. As you can see, he's in the silver jersey, but look for essentially a white jersey, black shorts, moving up now, black helmet through the middle. Now this is getting very, very scrappy. It looked a bit more ordered a little while ago as they move into the final stages here. Tom Bonan's come from nowhere. Oh, it's a big crash. Cavendish has gone down. Mark Cavendish has gone down. Touch of wheels and he's gone down, and this time it's
Demare.
Yeah, it looks like Demare has come through for France's Dejeu. Galimzionov in second and Renshaw in third, but that was a very, very scrappy finish. And Mark Cavendish, quick touch of wheels, and down he goes. Nobody else goes down with him. Ian Stannard waits, Jeremy Hunt waits, and it's Bernie Eisel checking him over. Seems to be okay. But going down in the sprint, unusual for Mark Cavendish. He's so good. I think somebody just came across the front of him, forced him over to the right-hand side where he clipped a wheel.
Tyler Farrar. Part and parcel of sprinting. We've seen Mark Cavendish in this situation before, and this is what happens when you get you know, kind of crazy sprint. We saw it yesterday, and he won the stage. But this is the man that's won today, Demare.
Arnaud Demare of France's Dejeu Big Mat. Phil Sheehan in the background is the man taking the video footage close up. I think he's probably working for sponsors IG Markets. And Cavendish.
Put your helmet on. Helmet.
Well, it's the last stage, so he's not. I think he's just going to try and get there if he can. Fairly confident. Thinks he could have won the sprint today. And just catching a wheel. Here we go, let's have a look at it. Now you can see how scrappy it was here.
Yep, just Tyler Farrar's wheel in front. He was just pushed in by Degenkolb on the right-hand side.
Yeah,
just squeezed by Degenkolb.
Yeah.
And just touched Tyler Farrar's wheel.
Yep, nothing to do with Farrar. It was Degenkolb who just a little bit too close to him, squeezed him, and he had to check his pace and his position. Actually, both of them did. Scrappy sprint. Apollonio and Fletcher riding in with him. And he seems to be up and all okay. He'll be a little bit sore, but could have been a lot worse, Brian, than that.
I've seen it worse. You have to be remembered sometimes that sprinting is dangerous. We saw it yesterday. He came through it, no problems. But that's why sometimes that you need that lead-out train so that you don't have people switching about. And again, Sky were nowhere near this lead-out. So Degenkolb just comes over. Farrar just moves out a wee bit. Nothing to do with Farrar. And down he goes, just a touch of wheel. So and just look at everybody else behind him, just switching rounds. And you know, when these guys are going 35, 40 mile an hour and no one else comes down, it just goes to show you how professional these guys are. And Galimzionov taking second, Mark Renshaw in third with I think it's Degenkolb, and they're in fourth place.